What if the most powerful weapon in America's arsenal isn't a bomb, isn't a missile, and doesn't leave a crater? What if it's a switch? In a headline-grabbing interview, Donald Trump claimed the U.S. possesses a classified military device, something he casually nicknamed the Discombobulator. Trump says it can shut down enemy systems instantly. Radars go dark, communications fail, weapons stop responding. No explosions, no invasion, just silence. He claimed these weapons were used in Venezuela raids to capture Maduro and made Venezuela's equipment not work. The Pentagon hasn't confirmed it, no technical details have been released, and yet the claim alone has set off global speculation. Because if something like this exists, it could change modern warfare forever. Military analysts say, if the Discombobulator is real, it could resemble a next-generation electromagnetic or directed energy weapon, something capable of disabling electronics without destroying infrastructure. Think of it as warfare without rubble, a takedown without footprints. And now, attention turns to Iran. Trump has a long history with Tehran, pulling out of the nuclear deal, ordering the strike on Qasem Soleimani, and pushing a campaign of maximum pressure. He's repeatedly described Iran's leadership as dangerous, illegitimate, and vulnerable. So the question writes itself: would Trump use a weapon like this against Iran? Supporters of the idea argue a device like this could neutralize Iran's air defenses, disrupt command structures, and tilt the balance without a full-scale war. Critics say that's fantasy. Iran's security network is deeply layered. Human intelligence matters as much as technology, and one miscalculation could ignite a regional conflict, from Israel to the Gulf. There's also the global risk. Iran isn't isolated. Russia and China are watching closely. A mysterious weapon used once could trigger retaliation, cyber attacks, proxy warfare, or escalation far beyond the Middle East. And then there's the ethical question. Are we entering an age of push-button regime change, where leaders fall not to armies, but to invisible technology no one can prove or regulate? Trump insists America has capabilities the world hasn't seen, that they exist to protect U.S. interests and its allies. But here's the reality: no strikes have been ordered, no evidence has been shown, and for now, the Discombobulator exists only in words.
On Iran, are the negotiations still happening this week?
Yeah.
Where will they be? And what do you need to hear from Iran?
They're all over, but they are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something is going to be done. They had a chance to do something a while ago, and it didn't work out, and we did Midnight Hammer. I don't think they want that happening again, but they would like to negotiate. We are negotiating with them right now, yes.
Mr. President.
Where will the meeting be? It seems like
I can't tell you that.
Mr. President.
There's more than one meeting.
On Iran, are the negotiations still happening this week?
Yeah.
Where will they be? And what do you need to hear from Iran?
They're all over, but they are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something is going to be done. They had a chance to do something a while ago, and it didn't work out, and we did Midnight Hammer. I don't think they want that happening again, but they would like to negotiate. We are negotiating with them right now, yes.
Mr. President.
Where will the meeting be? It seems like
I can't tell you that.
Mr. President.
There's more than one meeting.
Thank you. On Iran, are the negotiations still happening this week?
Yeah.
Where will they be? And what do you need to hear from Iran?
They're all over, but they are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something is going to be done. They had a chance to do something a while ago, and it didn't work out, and we did Midnight Hammer. I don't think they want that happening again, but they would like to negotiate. We are negotiating with them right now, yes.
Mr. President.
Where will the meeting be? It seems like
I can't tell you that.
Mr. President.
There's more than one meeting. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, how was your meeting with Gustavo Petro earlier today, and did you come to any agreement on counter-narcotic efforts?
Yeah, we did. We worked on it, and we got along very well. He and I weren't exactly the best of friends, but I wasn't insulted because I never met him. I didn't know him at all. And we got along very well, and we're working on that. We're working on some other things, too, including sanctions. And Yeah, we had a very good meeting.
So you came to an agreement?
I thought he was terrific. You know, he was very good. We got along great.
Mr. President, will you give us any update on how the talks are going for potential changes to the Department of Homeland Security? Have you agreed to any specifics?
None. Well, we have a secure border. In fact, we have 9 months now where nobody has come into our country illegally. Now, I don't know if I can believe that, because, you know, you go from 25 million people to nobody, but the Democrats do that. You know, they're leaning left, the people that do that report. And for 9 months, they have said nobody has come into our, it is a strong, great border. We do have people coming into our country, but they're all coming in legally. You take a look at that and look at what was going on a year and a half ago on our border, where criminals were coming in, drug dealers were coming in, people from mental institutions were coming in. The worst, you know, they say the worst, I don't even know if I like the term, but the worst of the worst was coming into our country. And now we have virtually no, our country is, it's beautiful to see. Even if you go down, you know, some of you, I think, were down there a couple of weeks ago, and you couldn't believe it, right? Because you were there 2 years ago.
10,000 a day.
And 10,000 a day. And now you didn't even see anybody. Nobody comes up with saving lives because nobody comes up. They have to come through the jungles, and they're dying of all sorts of problems, including murder. And we have nobody coming in, and we're getting people out. That we have 11,888 murderers who came into our country. We're getting them out. We're getting them out fast. And the only place where there's a little bit of a problem, and I will tell you this, Minnesota, their crime because of us, because we've taken out thousands of criminals, their crime is down. Not because of anybody else, it's because of us. Their crime is down. But all over the country, wherever we're involved, we're getting criminals out of our country, and the crime rate now is the lowest it's been since 1900. That's 125 years. And that's despite the fact, with an open border stupid policy, 25 million people, in my opinion, came into our country. And many of those people should not have been allowed to come into our country.
On Ukraine, Mr. President, yesterday you were talking about how Vladimir Putin had agreed to a pause during the cold weather. Overnight, those attacks have started up again.
I know. It was Sunday. It was Sunday to Sunday, and it opened up, and he hit him hard last night. No, he agreed. He kept his word on that. It's a lot. You know, 1 week is, we'll take anything because it's really, really cold over there. But it was on Sunday, and he went from Sunday to Sunday.
Are you disappointed he didn't go further? Or go
Yeah, I would like him to. I want him to end the war. I spoke to him. I want him to end the war.
Mr. President, what exactly did you mean when you said that you should nationalize elections, and which 15 states are you talking about?
I want to see elections be honest, and if a state can't run an election, I think the people behind me should do something about it. Because, you know, if you think about it, a state is an agent for the federal government in elections. I don't know why the federal government doesn't do them anyway. But when you see some of these states about how horribly they run their elections, what a disgrace it is, I think the federal government, when you see crooked elections, and we had plenty of them, and by the way, we had them last time, but go to 2020 and look at the facts that are coming out. Rigged, crooked elections. If we have areas, take a look at Detroit, take a look at Pennsylvania, take a look at Philadelphia. You go take a look at Atlanta, look at some of the places that horrible corruption on elections. And the federal government should not allow that. The federal government should get involved. These are agents of the federal government to count the votes. If they can't count the votes legally and honestly, then somebody else should take over.
But the Constitution says it should be states that administer elections, Mr. President.
Yeah,
That's what the
you know what?
Constitution says.
They can administer the election, but they have to do it honestly.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.